Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the re-release on Vox, courtesy of Naxos, of Walter Suskind's Smetana Vlast. Now, before you all say, what the heck is that? With the St. Louis Symphony, no less. Why are we paying any attention to Walter Suskind's Vlast when we've got all these wonderful performances by the great and not so great Czech conductors with the Czech Philharmonic and other Czech orchestras doing Czech things? Or we have the great Czech conductors like Raphael Kubelik doing it with great American orchestras like the Boston Symphony or the Vienna Philharmonic, or, there are so many options in Vlasts. My Country by Smetana, the cycle of 6-tone poems, each one of which illustrates something out of Czech history or Czech geography or something Czech. It begins, just so we know, with Vyšehrad. If you can pronounce it, you're a better person than I am. Vyšehrad, which is the high castle on the bluff overlooking Prague, or near Prague, or somewhere around there, I think, someplace. And then we get Vltava, the Moldau, the river itself. Gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful scenic illustration of little springs gathering to become a mighty river, with a hunting scene and a wedding dance and nocturne with cute little sprites and water nymphy things, and then rapids, huge rapids, and then the river flowing into Prague past Vyšehrad, which returns. And then we've got Šárka. Šárka is an Amazon. She's the leader or the queen of the Amazon tribe of Czech ladies. And if you ever saw the East German women's swimming team, you know exactly what these women must have looked like. Absolutely. But as luck would have it, Šárka falls in love, and it doesn't turn out well. Everybody kills everybody. It's just delightful. And then we've got, From Bohemia's Woods and Fields. Yeah, a beautiful countryside, actually a very, very interesting work, probably the most interesting musically in the entire sequence. It does all kinds of things you don't expect it to do. Fascinatingly beautiful music, beginning with rolling mists and fog over the mountains, and it's totally cool. And then finally, Tabor and Blanik. These are related, and they're related thematically by the use of the Hussite. It was the Protestants versus the Catholics. Remember that? In Europe, they did a lot of that. Now, this was the Czech version, sort of, kind of. The hymn, Ye Who Are Warriors of God, which goes dum bum ba da 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 da. Well, it's in Dvorak's Hussite Overture as well. And, it represents the struggles for Czech freedom and independence and all of those higher virtues, and ends in complete and utter triumph. Really a glorious piece of music. So why am I making an issue of this? Well, it turns out that Walter Suskind, although the name may not give it away, was Czech. He was indeed. He's an authentic Czech person who had a wonderful feel for this music. And the St. Louis Symphony, under his leadership, became a really first-rate ensemble. He later turned over the helm to Leonard Slatkin, and the rest, as they say, is history. But he did not turn over chopped liver. He turned over a very, very good symphony orchestra, which you can hear in this lovely recording, which was produced by the crack team of Joanna Nikrentz and Mark Obort, who did all of these productions in really excellent sound. And the reason we need to sort of, make an apologia for this recording, actually, is because, it was originally on Turnabout Vox, cheap budget, super budget. And, there were all these high-priced, aside from the ones with the Czech people and the Czech Philharmonic, which were on Superfund and harder to find, there were all of these very nice full-priced recordings of Vlast that we younger students couldn't afford. And so we got this one because it was cheap. And because it was cheap, we thought the performance was cheap. And it isn't. It's an excellent performance. It's fresh. It's vibrant. The end of the Moldau goes off splendidly, with the trumpets actually almost doing exactly what they're supposed to do, which is very rare. It really is an exciting and and rhythmically impulsive performance of that. And Sharka really has passion, and there's a wonderful love scene in Sharka that's just terrific. And Bohemia's meadows and fields is evocative, and I mean the mists at the beginning are really thick and they really grind. It's lovely. And Tabor and Blanik, which can be dull. I mean, they can sort of, they're based on the same very simple tune, and they can be kind of Foursquare, but not here. They sound really good, and the sonics are excellent. They sounded not so excellent on the original Turnabout Vox pressings, which were like cardboard. I mean, it was terrible trying to get good, clean sound out of those grimy grooves, wasn't it? Remember with the paper sleeves? Oh, God. But no, it's all cleaned up very, very nicely. So it's worth considering this performance for that reason. And actually, here is the original Turnabout Vox cover. I kind of like the original cover better. I think it's sort of, it has more Vlást than this one. I mean, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get some Vlást picture here from, Czech Republic. But otherwise, it's really first rate. And I am happy, very happy to welcome it back into the catalog. And you will be too if you have a chance to audition it. I'm sure of that. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.